run the trap like whoa. Yeah.
Hey guys, Parfax here. Alright, I just wanted to bring a video today, and it is going to be about, just started Fallout 4. You need to kind of know what to do, what not to do, and I'm just going to kind of give you a generalized what to do in the game. Alright, so as you can see, if you've played a few minutes in the game, I am in your hometown of Sanctuary. And it looks a little different than what you guys might see it, because I do have some things built up. I have a few generators going, got some power going to the houses, and you can see I got some places for them to chill out, relax, and sleep. Just trying to make it kind of comfy for them. And the never-ending please stand by station on the television, which makes it a plus. Alright. So you're in the game, you've gone through the tutorial, and it comes up and it wants you to put points into your stat tree. So this is what your stat tree is going to look like. If you bought a copy from the store, it actually comes with a poster of this. If you bought it online, it of course does not. So we're going to go over the pluses and minuses of this skill tree and what's good and what's not so good. Alright, we're going to start with strength. Strength is used for just about everybody, but especially if you want to be a melee class. And it's also used for your armor crafting. See this armor here? And so no matter what, you're going to want to put at least 3 points into strength, just so that you can specifically get that perk right there. Because you're going to want it no matter which class you use. Or not class, whichever way you go. If you want to do guns or melee or anything, you're going to want this perk so you can upgrade your armor. So you're going to put at least 3 points into strength no matter what. If you're a melee user, the blacksmith, so you can upgrade your melee weapons, and then so on and so forth. But that is the main skill right there, is the armor skill. Then it's got some cool ones. Rooted is very good, depending on what kind of melee build you go. Pain Train is effective and funny as hell. You get in your power armor and just start sprinting at enemies, and it's quite hilarious. I've seen it in action, and I've done it on my other account, and it makes me laugh every time it happens. And then you have Basher, which is nothing. You're not really going to put a point into that until maybe late. Then you have Steady Aim. It's okay at best. A lot of you are going to elect to take Strong back so that you can pick up more stuff, because, I mean, this is Fallout. We want to carry everything we possibly can, take it back, store it, and then wait till later till we probably will never need it. But, yes, Strong back. And the one thing that this game really did well is everything in the world now has a purpose. Literally everything you see in the world you can pick up and either deconstruct. And there are some folders and some miscellaneous items that you don't get to do anything with, but they don't carry any weight to them. So you can carry 1,000,000 of them and it's not going to matter. But this will allow you to carry anything. Now, if you get enough points into Strong back, it will allow you to fast travel when you have too many items on you. So that's a plus. It saves you time. It's basically all this does. Heavy gunner, machine guns do more damage. Or your heavy guns. The heavy guns in this game are not that good. They don't do a lot of damage in general. But if you wanted to wield that big machine gun, get out a little minigun every time you want to get into a fight, go ahead and put some points into it. I do not recommend it. And then we have the big leagues, which you do 60% more melee damage and gain increased chance of disarm. The disarm is absolutely amazing. Now, one thing that I did not know that confused me is there is a difference between these two perks. I was wondering why you would ever want to put this in there. Channel your Chai to unleash a devastating fury. Punching attacks do 20% more damage to your opponent. This is not when you're unarmed. It is when you're unarmed, but it is meant for your knuckles. It is meant for your there's a legendary item that does it. There's a couple more items. I'm trying to think offhand. What is a punching item other than boxing gloves? There's boxing gloves in the game that you can get, and it's this perk right here that ups it. Actually, the best melee weapon in the game, in my opinion, is a fisted weapon. And I'm actually going to use it. I'm going to stop using this perk, which I still get a chance to disarm my opponent, but I'm going to use that weapon because it just does so much more damage. And then you up in your strength, it gives you more carrying capacity and that kind of thing. So perception. Perception is basically your awareness, and it also affects your VATS accuracy. Okay, this one, if you want to steal, this is obviously your perk right here. You want to be able to go around and just pickpocket people all day long. Right there, just like your little Khajiit in Skyrim. Yep, right there's your perk. Then you have a rifleman. It says keep your distance and kill count high. Attacks with non-automatic rifles do 20% more damage. I'm actually not a big fan of this perk. Most of the rifles that I find, the good ones are fully auto, but there are a few 5.56s that take the 5.56 ammo that are really good. So if you find one you really like, you might want to put it into this. But it's definitely not an early game perk. There's not enough for me rifles early game. You might get like the pipe rifle, but other than that, you don't get really any rifles early game. You get something that takes a 38 bullet. So if you want to get this and you want to do that, I would put points into other things, non-essential to guns. Alright. Next we have awareness. And it's really, really good. Especially if you don't want to have to break your immersion. If you're having trouble with an enemy, you can look online to see what their weakness is. But if you just get this perk, it will tell you what their weakness is. Like if you look, it'll be like ghouls. If you shoot them in the leg, that's their weakness. So when you click on VATS, or just aiming, if you shoot a ghoul in the leg, he falls on the ground and crawls around like a crawler in Black Ops. Alright, it's really good and really fun to use. Then you have your obvious locksmith. Just so you help you pick locks. Very essential to all of your Fallout needs. Then you have demolition expert, pretty explanatory. Explosives deal 25% more damage. And you can craft explosives at the chemistry station. Amazing perk. I'm actually going to be putting points into that, but as you can see, I've got points all over the place, and it's crazy. Then you have Night Person. I'm not a big fan of this. If you're a creature of the night, you gain 2% intelligence and perception between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. If you like playing at night, use this, but it's not really a useful perk. And then must be part mirror. Instantly gain 10 energy resistance. This is awesome, especially late game. Wink, wink. Mid to late game, even a little bit early game, but basically mid to late game. This is almost an essential if you want to have your damage resistance. That is absolutely amazing. Alright, now we're going to go into the really damage resistant trait, which is endurance. Okay, you now have 20% or 20 damage resistance. This is amazing. If you want to be more tanky, boom, put it right there for all your damage resistance. And then you have lead belly. Basically, you take less radiation from eating or drinking. So all those rad-infested foods that you probably throw away or eat and feel really guilty about, then take a rat away real quick. You get this perk, and you can eliminate that. Okay, then we have Life Giver. Gives you more health. Plain and simple. Chem resistance. All the rush without the hassle. You're 50% likely to get less addicted to consuming chems. And at full, you do not get addicted by consuming chems. I love the chemicals in this game. My dude is a drug addict. I have to go cure him all the time because he's just like, oh my god, I need my chems. But yeah, great perk. I haven't put a point into it. I've just been biting the bullet and making him go back and either paying a doctor to do it or just using a Dictol. Alright, then Aqua Boy. You no longer take radiation from swimming and can breathe underwater. Pretty self-explanatory. This is another fun one. Exposure to the wasteland has made you more resilient, instantly granting plus 10 radiation resistance. So that's really good, and especially like going against like ghouls and stuff like that. Ghouls can be kind of the hardest animals in the game to deal with. They're like super zombies. They run so fast, and you won't even know they're there, and all of a sudden there's 6 surrounding you. Not an essential perk, but very nice. Then we have this one. Your skeleton is infused with indestructible metal, reducing limb damage by 30%. This is also a really good perk. Like I said, this is just the damage reduction tree. You get to pick. This is kind of my favorite one in the game, and I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Feast on mortal flesh to heal your wounds. Eating human corpses restore health. I have 1 point into it, and especially when I'm in survival mode, it's really good when I'm going against raiders. So every time I kill one, I can eat it, and it does not give you any bad morals or anything like that. So it's a really good perk. Not necessarily essential, but kind of fun. I'm not going to lie, every time I eat somebody, I may just yell, acting like I'm eating them. Call me crazy, whatever. Whatevs. Alright, Ghoulish, pretty useless. Instead of taking radiation, it heals you. So when you're out in the world, when you're taking radiation, imagine you getting a heal for that much. Rarely is it worth it. Now, I only have 1 point into it. Maybe I'll put more points into it, maybe I won't. I wish I could take that back. But actually, I probably... No, I like Cannibal, so I would not take back Cannibal, but Ghoulish I would take back. Alright, and then Solar Powered is pretty much the exact opposite of... Where's it at? This one. Exact opposite of Night Person. When you're in the daylight, you get more strength and endurance. Alright, we're about almost halfway done here. And then we have Charisma. Basically how much people like it, how easy it is to manipulate people when you're doing your speech. Okay. Cap Collector, you've mastered the art of deal. Buying and selling prices to vendors are better. Awesome if you want to sell. I find that most of the time you're not selling many things. I'd rather just deconstruct it, so I would not buy that perk. Then you have Lady Killer. You're charming and dangerous. Women suffer 5% damage in combat and are easier to persuade in dialogue. This is really good if you're somebody that wants a life companion, per se. Wink, wink. If you want to be able to charm the ladies, get this perk. Really not useful any reason else. What you can do, if you're in a dialect that you really want to make sure you get it done, just quick save it. Every time you fail, reload it. Yeah, it's cheating, but if you're telling me that you haven't cheated while playing Fallout 4 or Skyrim or Oblivion, you're lying, because I know every fan has done it. They've reloaded because they didn't like an outcome. Lone Wanderer, one of my favorite perks as a melee user. You travel without a companion, you take less damage, and you increase carrying weight. I love it. I take 30% less damage, and I have 100% carry weight. It's almost what I would have with a companion, except for I take 30% less damage. Alright, you get your attack dog. Your faithful companion can hold an enemy, giving you greater chance to hit them in VATS. Not quintessential. If you like your pet and you really want to make him a beast mode, then you can get this perk. I would not suggest it, but hey, it's still pretty good. Animal Friend. Commune with beasts with your gun. Aim at any animal below your level and gain a chance to pacify it. It's okay. I haven't actually used this one too much. I've seen it used a couple times, and it seems to be okay, but nothing you really need. It's just kind of something if you want to play around with. Now, here's a big one. Local Leader. Now, I know you guys as Fallout fans are going to want this perk. And it really just makes the game easier. I have kind of not done this, and this is kind of a very tricky one. Basically what it is as the ruler, everyone turns to you. You are able to establish supply lines between your workshop settlements. Okay, this is a little bit difficult because this game, as great as it is and as many things they put into it, the tutorials are garbage. They have no tutorials for you to do this new crafting system that they put in. And as much as I like the crafting system, it's very frustrating the first few times. And maybe I'll make a video about that because it took me a long time before I could really get the crafting down. Now, when you have this perk right here, when you put your perks into it, you just don't get the supplies. You have to establish a trade route between like your settlements with another person, and it's kind of confusing. Maybe I'll make a video about it here in the upcoming week or so you guys can really see what it's about. Alright, we have Party Boy, and no chance you'll get addicted to alcohol. So in the next 5 seconds I'm going to spoil something. So if you guys don't want to hear it, then don't do it in 5 seconds from now. If you have a buddy, you can drink all of his beer all you want. Okay, now that the spoiling is over, and some of you are probably like, what did he just say? You'll know it, and it's absolutely hilarious. But if you want to chug alcohol, that's what you got to do right there. Inspirational, because you lead by example. Your companion does more damage in combat and can't hurt you. Self-explanatory, really good. Wasteland Whisperer. Master of the apocalypse. Oh my, I cannot speak. Apocalypse. With your gun, aim at any wasteland creature below your level and gain a chance to pacify it. Pretty much the same one is up there, just a little different. And then intimidation. Time to show everyone who's boss with your gun. Aim at any human and pacify them. So if you want to pacify everybody, then you can get those perks and have some fun. Not quintessential, but useful. Alright, we're going to start speeding up along because I know I'm kind of taking a lot more time than I was originally planned. Intelligence. Then you have vans. The path to the closest target would be split on VATS. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to do VATS heavy, that's a really good perk. Medic. Your stim packs heal you for more. And Radway removes more. Gun Nut. The most quintessential if you are using guns. Get as many points in this as you can. As soon as it comes up, put a point into it because you will not regret it. Alright, then we have Hacker, self-explanatory. Allows you to hack terminals. Scrapper, waste not, want not. You can salvage uncommon components like screws, aluminum, and copper when scrapping weapons and armor. Self-explanatory. What a great perk. Science, this is if you want energy level weapons, you want to upgrade them, put a bunch of points into here. We have Chemist, any chems you take 50% longer. Far out. If you want to make drugs, want to make them good and sweet, make them last longer, be a chemist. Excuse me. Robotic Expert. Machines will always serve humans. If you have anything to say about it, hack a robot and gain a chance to power it on or initiate a self-destruct. Absolutely hilarious. Not quintessential, but I suggest at least at some point you get this perk and actually do it because it's quite funny. Nuclear Physicist. You've learned to split the atom and command it. Radiation weapons do 50% more damage. Fusion cores last an extra 25% longer. It is absolutely amazing. If you want to be in your power suit, you want to get some radiation guns, which there's not a whole lot in the game, but there are a few. That's a great perk. I've seen it in action at full level, and it just absolutely stomps people. Nerd Rage. Genius is angry. When your health drops below 20%, time slows and you gain a plus 20 damage resistance, and you do 20% more damage while the effects last. This is not a great perk, but if you are in survival mode, this is an absolute almost must. When this procs, it's just absolutely insane and so much fun to use. Agility. This is what your VATS points are going to be used for if you've never played Fallout. So you want to put points into this if you want to use VATS a lot. Gunslinger. Non-automatic pistols do 20% more damage. This is, if you're a gun user, I would suggest you put points into this early and often. Pistols in this game are absolutely fantastic, and they just walk through people. Commando. Combat training means automatic weapons do 20% more damage. Self-explanatory. I'm not a huge fan of automatic weapons in this game. Simply for the fact of, 1, it chews through too much ammo. 2, VATS is a little different and kind of sucks with automatic weapons. And 3, I haven't found one that is really, really good yet. Sneak. Become a shadow. You're 20% harder to detect while sneaking. You want to be a sneaking class, and there is a melee build that you can go that this is beyond amazing in. Sneak is absolutely amazing. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. No, I'm just kidding. As an agent of death itself, you can instantly kill a sleeping person. Your silenced weapons do an additional 15% sneak attack damage. If you want to, again, sneak around, kill people while they're sleeping, great perk. Not one of my favorites, but still pretty good. Action Boy, there's no time to waste. Your action points regenerate 25% faster. Beyond amazing. If you want to be a VATS user, put at least 1 point into this, get a little bit of VATS back. It's amazing. Okay, now we're getting to some of the really fun ones. They can't hurt what they can't hit. You get a 25% damage resistance and 25% energy resistance when you're sprinting. So if you want to sprint towards a target, you get a bunch of damage resistance and energy resistance. I actually wish I would have taken that. If I could go redo my points, I would probably go this tree instead of maybe charisma or perception here. And I could get some of these points. Some of these points are great for melee. Okay, and we're getting to the melee really good ones. Ninja. As a shadow warrior, your range sneak attacks do 2.5% normal damage, and your melee attacks do 4% normal damage. So if you're from sneak, your melee attacks at base would do 4 times more damage. Okay, now we almost at the really good one. Quick hands. You can reload all guns faster. Easy enough. Great perk. Okay, Blitz. Find the gap and make the tactical VATS. Melee distance is increased significantly. Absolutely amazing. Now I want you to picture Ninja, Blitz, and this one. You've learned to apply ancient martial arts to gunplay. Do 25% more damage to your second VATS target and beyond. Pretty cool. But if you target these two, this tree right here for anything. This is like the most important tree in the game, and as you can see, I am not very smart and don't have many points into it. So yeah. So finally, probably the least, my least favorite tree in the game. In my first class, I tried to put a bunch of points into luck, and it's not like the old games. So I only have 1 point in the luck, but we have Fortune Finder. You learn to discover ways to hidden wealth and find more bottle caps and containers. I hate this perk. I'm gonna say it. I hate it. The bonus you get is not worth it. Money in this game is really not worth it. And yeah. Scrounger. Keep the fight going, more ammunition and containers. A must. An absolute must if you're going to be a gun class. Luckily, it's only level 2, so you can put 2 points into luck and get this perk. An absolute monster. Bloody Mess. Quite funny. 5% chance based. Bonus damage means enemies will explode into a glory red paste. Watch out, flying eyeballs! Yeah, this is a really good perk if you just want to mess around, but not really anything special. Mysterious Stranger. Who is he? Why does he help? Or why does he help? Who cares? The Mysterious Stranger will appear occasionally in VATS to lead a hand with deadly efficiency. He is basically a chance to hit your target. An extra chance to hit your target. Not super amazing, but still kind of fun. You're not stupid, just different. Randomly receive 3 times XP from any action, and the lower your intelligence, the greater the chance. So if you go low intelligence, Put 3% into this, you can level up a lot faster, is basically what it's saying. Okay, better criticals. Now, this is absolutely amazing. This is just so overpowered. It's not even funny. Advanced training for enhanced combat effectiveness. Criticals do 50% more damage. It is absolutely insane, and I will show you that there's also not enchantment, like a little perk you can get on your weapon that ups your critical damage as well. So you can just stack your critical damage to the roof. Critical banker. What? We were talking about crits, weren't we? You're a patient battlefield technician and can save a critical hit to be used in VATS when you need it the most. So basically what it's saying is you can save up your criticals by hitting all the ghouls that are before your boss, go into your boss fight and just crit, and have them do insane amount of damage. Grim Reaper. Death becomes you. Any kill in VATS has 15% chance to restore all action points. You get this fully max, it's worth it. If you want to do a crit-based champion, I don't even know what you'd call them. If you want to be crit-based, this is amazing. If you put this perk, and this perk together, you can just crit whenever you want. 4-leaf clover, feeling lucky, you should. Each hit in VATS has a chance of filling your critical meter. What? Critical meter? Yep. You stack those 4 and you literally never run out. So our last perk is Ricochet. What goes around comes around. An enemy's range attack will sometimes ricochet back and instantly kill them. The closer you are to death, the higher the chance. It's a fine perk, not essential, but a fun one to use. I have personally never used this. I have seen somebody use it, and it procced a couple times, but it's not. By the time you would put a perk into this, depending on what your build is and how efficiently you did it, you should be one-shotting mostly everything anyway, even on survival mode. So it's not super relevant. Okay, so what I would recommend, first time playthrough, never go melee. Melee is fun, but not for the faint of heart. Plus, it kind of is very lackluster when it comes to upgrading your weapons. As you can see, I only put 1 point into it because really most of my weapons that I've got, I can't upgrade anyway. Maybe one upgrade, that's it. Where guns is a different story. You can put a bunch of them in there. So my suggestion would stack agility and luck. You can stack the crit, you can stack your VATS, and you can basically VATS forever. Then make sure you at least get 3 points down here to get gun nut, 3 points down here to get armor, and the rest is all up to you. Alright guys, thanks for watching with another Fallout video. I may be making a new character. So let me know what you want to see, and tell me how you like my intro. Part of the reason why I did this video is because I did a few changes and trying to make my YouTube a little bit more professional. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. You can see it down there in the bottom right hand corner. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't for more videos about Fallout, League of Legends, and who knows else. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.